And so what got you into it? Why did you start doing this in the first place?
Just because my love for automotive, and I just like to get my hands on the cars and helping people out. helping people out for them to save money. And
Now, do you notice that what type of requests are people coming to you with? Like, what do they need when they ask for a part?
I usually need hard to find stuff that AutoZone will sell for like almost triple the price. Like an alternator, well, here it costs like $30,
Right.
and I can ship it to them for like $20 and
Wow.
$50, and you can save well over $100.
Yeah.
And then a lot of people like to put it in themselves too, so it doesn't cost them anything for labor because it's an alternator.
Right.
And pretty much I just made like, say they're paying $80, I made $30 in half an hour, not even.
Wow.
Alternator. It's really simple.
Now, you were telling me a few minutes ago about an Alfa Romeo that you were able to help a customer out who had, the car had some hard to find parts, things that he couldn't get in his local AutoZone or what have you. Tell me a little bit about that. How did you get connected with him and what did he need?
Yeah, he posted an ad right on Row52. He put a specific vehicle only, but and then I messaged him and told him that there's one here. I know there's only 6 of them in whole pick and pull, and no one else was helping him. So I said, yeah, I could get these parts and ship it to you, and I'll give you a good deal on it. And
Yeah.
I got a good deal on it. So it all helped out. He got a trophy car. He's building a trophy car. So he said he's gonna send me some pictures when he's all set with that.
And what kind of parts did you grab him off that car?
I got him a headlight bezel, rear view mirror, valve cover, and I think that's it. Actually.
But in the process, you're able to negotiate, a rate with him, and he said, he'll pay for shipping and all that, and it was.
He paid for the shipping.
Yeah.
And just because of the oddly sized valve cover. And
Yeah, and it sounds like it was pretty, in these cases when someone goes and asks you to pull a part for them, it's pretty seamless from getting paid to making some money for yourself because you were already sort of in the junkyard for, your own car, and then with Row52 you're able to sort of make that time doubly productive.
Yeah. Then I get to work on different kinds of cars, so next time I see it,
And what about, what are some of the other requests you've got? Just, obviously the gentleman with the Alfa Romeo is building a trophy car. Do you have people who are just looking to keep a car on the road, or?
I get a lot of window switches because those always go.
Yeah.
And alternators. The first thing I've ever done at Row52 was local. It was a window motor and regulator on Altima, and I pulled that and brought it to her and put it in for her, and she gave me a good amount of money. I paid $45. She gave me $160.
Wow. That's a nice amount of profit in there, yeah.
It just only took like an hour total.
Wow.
Yeah.
And these are people effectively who, the idea of, they know they need a part, but they're really not sure how to get it. So you're able to sort of step in that, make that connection between where the part is and the people who need them, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And how often do you, in Row52, do you go on to, the parts requests fairly often and see what's out there?
Pretty much every day, multiple times a day. Maybe, I'd say at least once every 3 hours.
Really?
I just run to all the listings, see if there's anything I'd be willing to do, which is almost everything. But, yeah.
And you do all the sort of the New England yards, so I think you go to Millis and Cumberland,
Millis,
Johnston, Freetown.
And Henry's even.
Oh yeah, that's the new yard on Row52. Yeah. And what about the part where, then you pull the part and now you've got to sort of work with the customer to get it to them? Are you finding yourself delivering the part or shipping the part?
Yeah, I can. Usually if it's local, say within 2 or 3 hours, I'd be willing to deliver. But usually people want shipping because there's always people in California, Arizona, that area.
Oh, so you're shipping all over the country?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Shipping prices are good, and I tell them, I go get a quote, see what it's going to cost, and tell them the price what they're going to charge me, and pretty much they pay for it. Or sometimes if it's a common size part, like something I'll fit in a flat rate box, I already know what it's going to cost, so I give them the price. If they agree with it, then I pull it.
Right, right. So that's a pretty smart way to do it. Just get everything sort of established up front, and then go to work. And then, obviously, people are happy because they're leaving you good feedback on the on Row52. So it really does come full circle to, not only are you making some money while you're in a junkyard, but your rating system, the rating system is helping you probably get some new business out of it.
And it helps a lot. Really, my name even here local.
Yeah.
Because every time I always get like messages there. People don't post like an ad on Row52. They direct message me, tell me, no, I need an engine for a 1.7 Civic, and I just wanted to know what it'll cost for you to pull it and bring it to me, and maybe even install it, or transmissions.
Wow.
Stuff like that.
So this is, in some cases, the work, the potential revenue and profit, it goes beyond even just doing the part removal, that people may ask you to do the work afterwards.
Usually.
That's great. Okay.
It's almost like my own business.
Yeah. And, how many years have you been sort of coming to a junkyard and just pulling parts before Row52 came along?
Almost always. As long as I can remember, I always went with my dad, just pulling parts for him and his friends.
Yep.
And saving money.
Yeah, absolutely.
Saving money and learning in the process, and I like to get my hands on these cars.
Right.
So have fun while making money.
Yeah. And we were just talking a few minutes ago about another car just had, already had some parts on it that, maybe you don't have a customer lined up, but there's probably someone who wants to grab those parts. So you're able to not only come here for a specific customer request, but you're able to pull parts that eventually someone's going to say, yeah, I want those.
Like aftermarket parts always, because they charge you the same price no matter what, and you get it for cheap, a lot cheaper than buying an aftermarket, so you make good money.
And what is, what kind of keeps you coming back? In the sense of, are you getting sort of that sense of satisfaction that comes along with keeping cars on the road for your customers? And I mean, imagine that's got to be a bit gratifying to know.
Like I know people are really thankful for me saving them money and getting their car on the road, their daughter's cars on the road. And I like to work on cars, just the learning experience. Sometimes I pull an engine and maybe they change their mind or whatever, but I still like to do it, just to do it.
Right. And chances are you still got an engine that's going to be marketable to somebody else, even if that person doesn't pan out.
Yeah, somebody will buy it.
Yeah.
There's a reason that they're investing in that engine, because they probably go bad often.
Right. And then, what do you think is, for the folks you're pulling for, I'm sure you've been in that position, and I think we all have, where it's like if you feel like your only option is to go to the dealer or go to AutoZone where you're going to pay 3 times the price, you're probably able to educate people in the process too, saying, this is a great way to do it because you're going to save a few bucks.
And they always take my number down and they give me calls back asking me if I can get them a battery, if I get them another part, and then they give the number out to their friends.
Wow.
And just,
nice referral network.
Yeah.
And
just get bumpers and stuff for them all the time.
What type of people have you pulled for? I mean, does it run the gamut from like businesses to regular consumers, moms and dads?
It's everybody. Everybody has a car. Everybody needs parts.
Yep, exactly.
And driving your car every day, something's bound to go bad. And I'd be there to get them. Yeah, everybody. There's always businesses like with trucks, like F350s, and F350s aren't that common. Sometimes they got them here, and they ask me if I can get a part for them. I try my best. And, everybody.
Yeah.
From enthusiasts to just commuters, businesses, businessmen, everybody.
Well, when you're pulling parts that range from a vintage Alfa Romeo to a Ford F350, I'd say that's quite a variety of consumers. Well, I really appreciate the time today, and I hope you keep pulling parts and finding new ways to make money and find ways to use the Row52 app to your advantage. So thanks for taking the time today.